Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I'm Taffany and I want to welcome you to my garden. I garden in Spring, Texas, Zone 9B, and today I am going to be working on this skinny border here along the garage wall. I had an idea of what direction I want to go with it, so I think I'm going to kind of do some rearranging of some things and redirecting of some things. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what it looks like and kind of explain to you what I'm thinking of doing. Alright guys, so I have stepped back a little bit to give you a full view here of this skinny border here along the garage. So what I'm thinking of in my head is these trellises that are here. I'm going to leave them here for now until I can replace them with something new. Maybe I'll go faux or live. You know, you do a trellis with live plants on it, like a rose. Hello, Tika. She's rubbing on my leg and just talking to me. She's a chatterbox right now. But yes, maybe, you know, roses or something like that. But for now, I'm gonna keep those there. In between, like right here, 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 and here, I'm going to get some pots, kind of a large size pots that I'm going to put maybe an evergreen structure in, something with a little bit of height. Guys, take a look. Hey, Tika. Hey. Oh, you're giving me kisses? Okay. So this is what's going on in between my feet as I'm talking to you. But anyway, so I'm going to do some pots there. When the rain comes off of the top of the garage, I have it measured out so that it hits right in front of the black edging that I put there in another video, and it hits right onto the rock. So I'm going to leave gravel there, of course, because of the runoff from the garage roof, because most of the places here don't have gutters. So I've mentioned that before in other videos. So I will do pots in those empty spaces. And then what I am going to do as my goodness, can we say spoiled? Hey, pretty girl. Hey. So let's come over here a little closer. So what I'm going to do is, let me point out to you from this angle. So as you would come out the house or come into the backyard, you see I have that walk pathway there in the grass. And you see as you walk towards the back bedroom garden, you can kind of see a wearing of the grass, you know, kind of going into it, because we're walking back there quite often, or at least I am for sure. And this grass here also at one point was kind of worn. So what I'm going to do to avoid having to use the grass as a path, I think I'm going to make this like a narrow path with just small stone going down the center to match the patio here, these same kind of stones here. And then on each side I'm going to have plantings and make it a really thick planting. So, you know, I'll make the center here the walkway. That way we don't have to walk on the grass. And there will be plantings on both sides with the pots with evergreens in the back and the trellises with something. And I think I'm going to have it kind of curve right here. Let me show you. These are lilies. I'm going to remove the lily, the two lilies and the plumbago. I'm going to keep the purple fountain grass there for right now. But I think I'm going to have it curve and come this way and come out onto the walkway here. So as I turn around, you can see it would curve and come out here, or maybe just a little bit more here. And what I will do with this border is continue it up to the point where the walkway would come out to about right there. So in other words, this will no longer be a walkway, so you're not going to be walking on the grass. This will be closed off. It will become a part of the planting bed, and the walkway will go to come out right here. And so there will be planting area and compost here, and planting area and compost here. So that is what I'm thinking. So guys, this is what you get from Miss Tika when it is too hot out. She comes under here and lays down on the concrete to cool off. So I'm going to kind of step back a little bit so you can see it. So on this outer part here, I will do plantings that will kind of come over towards the grass, leaving just a little bit of space so when the grass is being edged and mowed, it won't cut the flowers down. But I think it'll be a nice little walkway with flowers on each side, the pots in the back with evergreens, and the trellises with something blooming on it, whether it's faux blooms or real. For those of you who know me, I don't mind using faux, especially in this heat and humidity. And the walkway coming along and coming out there, which means, like I said, the two lilies and the plumbago will come out. But I think in doing that, I will spare the grass. I'm using an area that is already kind of sitting empty. It's still going to have plantings. I still want it to be thick and lush, but it's just going to kind of ease the problem of wearing down the grass. And this grass over here, there's nothing I can do about it right now because we are approaching the dead heat of summer, and grass seeds are not going to do very well unless they are constantly being kept wet. So maybe I'll wait until the fall when the temps are a little bit cooler and work on that and any worn spots. But for now, I think that is the plan that I have for this. I haven't chosen flowers or anything yet, but that's the idea that I have. So what I want to do is dig up the plants that are down here. I'll find somewhere to transplant that plumbago, and I'll rework the walkway. And long term, I'm going to end up reworking this whole, this whole little corner section here, approaching where the walkway would be coming out right there. And that's because I want to put one more fruit tree, and I think this section right here would be perfect. So I'd have a fruit tree here. I'm gonna swing around, try to go slow so I don't make you dizzy. I have the Meyer lemon here, and then as we turn towards the bedroom garden, we have the two fruit trees back there, the orange and the Barbados cherry. And then last but not least, we would have the Mexican lime. So that would give me a total of 5 fruit trees. And then I will add more pots on the fence for berries so I can have more strawberries. We've got our blackberries back there. I have to add more blueberries. So I'm trying to increase my fruit in the yard while still having my flowers and herbs. All right, so let me get my gloves and any little tools I may need, and let's try to rework this area and dig these things up and get started with that. And oh, one other thing I want to point out, I said that I was going to be getting pavers like these flagstones here like this. But what I'm going to do, because I have some pretty large pieces in here, like this and this one and stuff, I'm going to go with smaller pieces like this, like that, for the walkway, because I don't want the the pavers to take up a lot of space. I just want it to be something that provides us with something to step on as we walk through this narrow flower bed. And like I said, it will spare us from having to walk on the grass, and it will be a perfect place to just walk off from here, off of this patio. All right, so that is the thought process in my head. I hope what I said, you kind of get what I mean. So let's start moving some stuff and reworking this back in right here to reshape the direction of where things are gonna go. All right, let's get started. Let me tell you guys, getting those daylilies up is no joke. Those things are heavily rooted in. My goodness. Okay guys, so I have reworked the edging here. As you can see, I did not have to take any edging out and put more in. All I did was just redirected it so that it goes up to here. You can see, there it is, so it goes up to there. And then that edging coming from the courtyard garden ends right there, leaving this opening. Now, of course, you have to picture these things aren't going to be here. And the walkway going all the way up to there with flowers on each side, pots, and, you know, things various heights. And it means we won't be walking on the grass, and we're using a space that is already, you know, there's no grass there, there's nothing to do but just lay some pavers. So you can kind of see kind of a curvy walkway. There's a curve here, a little straight area, curve here. So you know how the walkway goes if you've been following me. So I'm going to turn back around and I'm going to approach it coming from this curve from the vegetable garden. And as you can see, I have now cut off that walkway there. And I suppose I could even use some of the edging there to maybe extend this, but I don't really think it's necessary because there will be plantings along here. Let me see if you can see where the edging is. So there will be plantings along here. So let me take a look at this and think on this just a little bit more. And I think I have one more shrub that I'm going to be moving. I think I'm going to go ahead and move this dwarf euonymus. I'm just thinking right now, I'm not positively sure, but I think I'm going to move this dwarf euonymus so that I can put another fruit tree right there and take that dwarf euonymus and put it right here. And maybe I'll take one of those lilies for right now since I have them. I have plans which I'll talk to you about as far as those lilies are concerned and other things in the yard. But what I have right now, I'm just going to use, and I might put one, like, you know, put some right here just to kind of mark where the walkway, you know, the edging of the walkway there. So let's try to do that so we can kind of carve out where plantings will be and where the walkway will be. So guys, I dug up my purple fountain grass that was right here in front of the fence. So I'm going to put that here. And the plumbago that I dug up from the middle of this section here, I just kind of sat it back there behind the fencing for right now. I'm going to put it in this hole right here. Okay guys, my purple fountain grass, I was able to divide it. It had one small piece hanging off, which has grass growing from it. So I'm gonna see where I can put this. Alright guys, so real quick, you can see I have the purple fountain grass here that I moved from right there, and I will tell you later what's going to go there. And the plumbago that was right here in the center, I moved it here, and that will get pretty large and spread pretty good as it matures and gets older. That is actually a divide from a mature plant. This is one half of it, and that one is the other half. Because it was kind of covered by the lilies and everything, it wasn't getting as much sun to grow as fast as the other one. But now that it's out more in the open, it should start to really pick up on its growth. But you can see from this side, bringing that around there, and if I come onto the walkway side and step back a little bit, you can see it there, and you can see the entrance right here to this little walking path that I am walking on right now, that will have flowers and shrubs and all that kind of stuff, really filling this in, making it nice and thick, which will then connect to this patio. So that is phase one. I'm going to take a break. It's the middle of the day, it's hot, it's humid, I'm sweating, and I'm thirsty. I'm gonna take a break and get something to drink and maybe get back at this a little bit later. But yeah, that's what I have for right now, and I'm liking the idea so far. Tell me what you think, guys. Well, that is it for today. I want to thank you for gardening with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.